Estadio Caliente is the venue tonight. Is Liga MX action Sunday evening, and the host Xolos taking on Club Leon. Xolos, one win from their opening two matches coming in their first match against Chivas. Leon yet to pick up a point so far, and Xolos always difficult to beat at home, Jovan Karofsky.
Very difficult, such a big advantage playing on the turf. Teams have to travel a ways away, but they've been fantastic at home, and I expect a really tough test for Leon.
They're coming off a shock loss in midweek in the Cup, but there we see conceded just 12 goals in the Clausura last season. Very good defensively, and they are looking for more of the same today as they look to bounce back from a defeat to Tigres last week. And the other side of things, Leon, without a goal this season, but they have a proven goal scorer in the starting lineup today to look to.
A real threat, definitely. Mauro Boselli can score goals with his head off crosses, great movement off the ball. He's shown the past 4 or 5 seasons that he can score goals, and he'll be a main threat for them tonight.
20 goals last season over the Apertura and Clausura, but yet to get off the mark this season. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back with all the action from Estadio Caliente.
Four hours into our road trip, our overpriced family plan ran out of data.
I never get the phone.
Well, with Boost, you get a great price on a family plan with unlimited gigs.
Plus free phones.
Silence.
I think you're ready for a switch.
Switch to Boost Best Family Plan and get 4 lines for only $100 with unlimited gigs on every line. And 4 free LG Stylo 3 phones when you switch. All on Boost super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Denali, a badge of honor for the relentless, who never tire of striving for the best. This is your invitation to upgrade. The GMC Denali Invitation, going on now. Visit your GMC dealer today. Get these offers on select 2018 GMC Denali models when you finance through GM Financial, like over 9,100 below MSRP on this specially equipped Sierra 1500 Denali.
Today we're opening more than 150,000 locations called Domino's Hotspots. Like beaches, roadside attractions, and dog parks. And you can finally have Domino's delivered to every single one of them. No address, no problem. Find a Domino's hotspot near you. Excuse me. You get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
Get the pizza you love delivered to a Domino's hotspot near you, or any of the other outdoor locations now open for Domino's delivery.
Welcome back to the Estadio Caliente. This has been a rivalry that has been brewing over the last 6 or 7 years, all the way back to when they were both in the second division. Xolos beating Leon in the playoffs to get themselves the Liga MX, and since then they haven't looked back. To Leon, well, they beat Xolos on the way to an Apertura Clausura double in 2014, but yet to get off the mark so far in the Apertura this campaign. For Xolos, Jovan, you watched the first game. They played a 4-4-2. Second match, a little bit more defensive against Tigres, and didn't quite work out as according to plan for Diego Coca.
Yeah, Diego Coca away from home, you can see very conservative. They were playing at Tigres, one of the best teams in Liga MX, and they were looking for a point. They didn't get it, but at home it's a completely different team. Full of confidence. They play with 2 strikers, Lucero and Torres. They're very direct, and they're playing on the turf, so it's a massive advantage for them.
Let's check out the starting lineup for Xolos tonight. We expect it to be 2 up front. Here is the starting 11 for Diego Coca.
And it is a change from last week, and definitely a 4-4-2. Lajuro starting goal. Valenzuela and Velasquez will anchor that back line. Look for Mendoza and Fuentes to get forward. The key for me is the midfield. They have to win a lot of second balls in midfield, Chavez and Rodriguez. And up front, they're going to be direct, and they're going to be playing to Torres with Lucero running off into the channels like in week 1 against Chivas de Guadalajara, which they were fantastic.
On the other side of things for Leon, they are without Elias Hernandez, losing him to Cruz Azul. They're also missing a couple of players to suspension in Pedro Aquino and Fernando Navarro, so all change for Gustavo Diaz.
Yeah, there'll be a few changes. Cota comes in, the experienced goalkeeper coming in from Chivas in the off-season. Herrera comes into the team, and Mosquero has to put out at right back Mejia Lopez, and up front Boselli. Boselli's the focal point of the team. Sorato and Gonzalez wide will get service into the box, and he's so good in the air. Boselli, his movement's great, and he's not a big man, at 6 feet tall. He can score in the air.
We expect Walter Gonzalez to play on that left-hand side. He, Serrato and Montes will be tasked with getting forward and providing ammunition for that man, Mauro Boselli, 23 years of age. He's well-travelled before he found a home at Lyon. As we see our match referee, Oscar Romo, assisted by Mario Carrillo, Cesar Garcia. Xolos, the strength last season was certainly defensive. They finished in 6th place in the Clausura, went into the playoffs. Lyon were down in 13th, but Jovan, big gap in terms of positions, but not in terms of points. Just 3 points separated the sides in the Clausura.
And it's the way the league works. You play once during the season, whether it's home or away in the Clausura or Apertura. Every game means something. Every game is so important, and this is a big one today. Leon, they started the season poorly, but they played the 2 best teams in the league in Monterrey and Tigre. So this is a huge, huge game for them. They need points.
League table coming into this one. Pumas, Cruz Azul and Monterrey have all picked up maximum points from their 3 matches so far. Club Tijuana coming into this one in 12th position with 3 points from their 2 matches. Leon alongside Pachuca, the only sides yet to pick up a point. Look at Gibran Lahoud, the other side of things. Rodolfo Cota keeps out William Yabra, US international, not in the starting lineup today. The host Xolos to kick things off, attacking from right to left at home, looking for their 2nd home victory of the season. Very impressive in the opening matchup against Chivas. A little bit more defensive 2nd game out, hoping to return to winning ways. That shock loss in midweek to FC Juarez in cup play, not the strongest starting 11 for Diego Coca. Leon, on the other hand, did get a victory against Querétaro in midweek, so hopefully their side of things, they can build upon that. Miller Bolaños getting the ball down this left-hand side. A pacey attacking player. Spell in MLS. Seems to have gone from strength to strength since he's gone to Liga MX.
Yeah, you can see he has a lot of confidence. He has pace. He's good on the ball, and he's scoring goals. Last season had 9 goals. So he's a real threat down that left side.
Xolos finishing 6th in the Clausura. They went to the semis of Liguilla before bowing out. They beat Monterrey in the quarterfinals, losing to Toluca over 2 legs. We're back with Lahoud. Brings the ball out for Luis Fuentes. And so attack for Maxi Serrato, the Argentine, picking up his position on that right wing.
Just a little bit sloppy there. Xolos in midfield, trying to build out of the black.
Andres Mosqueda, who's been pushed across that right back position because of the couple of suspensions today. It was a difficult game at Monterrey. Navarro getting the red card late on for a 2nd yellow. Pedro Aquino is sending off. Ben Leon had to play for portions of that match. Down a man. We're going to look at Maxi Serrato. Valenzuela was trying to play it forward. Leon in possession, a little bit of space centrally here for them to go forward. Ball out wide again for Serrato, who tries to look inside the area for Boselli. Well defended on that near post from Velasquez. Now possessed essentially. Xolos looking to come down that right-hand side. Diego Rodriguez. In the middle of midfield alongside Luis Chavez. Chavez now in possession. Former Pachuca man. I was looking for that big switch, and a little bit too much on it on that occasion for Luis Fuentes to get on the end of it. Like the idea, though.
Yeah, very good idea. Looking to switch play. Finally establish a little bit of possession in Leon's half.
Look at Cubo Torres. He's had a colourful career so far. Back and forth from playing in Mexico and in MLS.
And his first game here was a decent performance against Chivas de Guadalajara. Created a couple goals. He was very direct, good in the air. We'll see if he can progress in this performance today.
Valenzuela plays that ball inside. Not a bad delivery as well for Bolaños. Good challenge. The referee saying play on. Ball back with Conta, whose clearance wasn't exactly a good one, was it? Adolfo Conta, 31 years of age. Keeping out William Yarbrough. Yarbrough starting the season, played in the cup win in midweek. Conta will be the number one moving forward. And back towards Bolaños, and Fuentes in a very advanced position again. Too advanced. The offside flag goes up.
Fuentes and Mendoza both like to push forward, especially here at home. They're aggressive. You can see the confidence already in the team. He's offside, but Bolaños' touch really let him down.
Yeah, almost as if he wasn't expecting that one into him, wasn't he? Bolaños, the Ecuadorian. That spell with Chivas USA about 6 years ago. People look back fondly on their time at Chivas in those last couple of seasons where they really struggled in MLS.
Yeah, it's a difficult time, but he's done really well the last few seasons here at Xolos. He really found a home here, Bolaños.
Here, playing that ball forward onto that left-hand side. Well won back by Xolos, immediately closing down the attacking options for Leon. Montes and Walter Gonzalez. In fact, looks like he's almost playing up front alongside Boselli. Juan Cornejo, the left back with the throw-in. Towards Gonzalez, trying to pull it back and well positioned defensively. Well, launch back forward, and that should be easy enough for Gibran Lahoud, 24-year-old goalkeeper.
Does really well to make the clearance.
Ball forward looking for Cubo Torres, showcasing that strength in the air you talked about. Chavez. All wide for Fuentes as well. His width really allowing this man, Miller Bolaños, to come inside centrally. Deeper perhaps than his manager would like to see him, and the referee inadvertently blocking that pass forward. Chavez makes a powerful run into the area. Not a bad ball towards the far post. And the run, and it's still there for Xolos. Leon struggled initially to clear that ball. It was good play from Chavez, who made a surging run into the penalty area.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run from midfield. He has a terrific left foot and gets it across. This is what it's like here. Caliente, on the turf, they're direct, win second balls, get balls forward. They're very aggressive here at home.
Caliente, stadium for Xolos, 7th in attendance in the Clausura last season.
It's the foul on Montes. Good professional foul, though.
Chavez heavily involved so far in midfield for Xolos. Ball played out wide. A bad touch from Serrato. Back towards Tessio. Another long ball forward. Seen too much of Mauro Boselli just yet. Mentioned his career at Lyon. Obviously, he's found a real home, but before then, a number of clubs, including spells in England and Italy. Didn't quite work out. Lovely ball in behind for Bolaños. The goalkeeper off his line. What a mistake. And luckily for Leon, it goes behind on the wrong side of the post. Rivero, frustrated with himself, probably felt like he should have done better.
Yes, he must be so disappointed. A terrific ball in by Bolaños. You see it here, great pace, a terrific run by Rivero. His first touch was very good. Second one really let him down. Just doesn't get a hold of it with his left foot. He'll be so disappointed. This is an excellent touch with his chest, but doesn't just get enough of it on with his left foot. The turf really got to him. You see the second bounce here on the turf, and it just doesn't pop up right for him. He'll be so disappointed. It should have been a goal.
And the replay doesn't make it look any prettier for Adolfo Cota. Nacho Rivero taking his place in that right wing role. Got himself in a very central position. William Velasquez gingerly getting back to his feet. The central defensive partner Juan Valenzuela will take his time on this one. Veteran Mexican international. Leon have not looked comfortable so far. William Castillo knocking that one out of play. They have had slow beginnings to the season before. Leon have bounced back. That's a strong challenge. Miguel Angel Herrera comes across and wins the ball well. Once again, straight back for Xolos. Chavez has it back.
See, Leon just can't get out. Bolaños is coming inside looking for space off that left wing, causing problems. Here he is again.
Bolaños very direct with the pass forward, and it goes through everyone. Lucero wanted to let it run, but nobody has read his intentions. We've seen that challenge again.
That could have been a handball.
Long ball looking towards Boselli. Leon on the side that many tipped as a side very capable of challenging for playoff positions. Having to do without Elias Hernandez, who's a big piece of their attack. Long range hit, easy save for Lahoud.
And they have a really tough schedule to start. I mean, you're playing Monterrey, Tigres, and now away to Xolos. A difficult start, difficult schedule. But when they have a goal scorer like Boselli, you're always in a game. You can always score goals, make a difference.
You had mentioned to me before we came on air as well, this surface, such an advantage for the home team, used to playing on it. I imagine teams are enticed to come here or enthused to play.
It's so difficult. You have to take an extra second on your touch. The space, it's not there. It's very difficult for teams to come in, and it's shown with the results.
Yeah, making a good break forward. Again, it's Walter Gonzalez. Xolos have a back again, looking over the top. This time looking for Juan Martin Lucero. Here, trying to switch the point of the attack out onto this right-hand side to Maxi Serrato, who's seen an awful lot of the ball so far without really penetrating against this Xolos defensive unit. Just 12 goals conceded over the course of the Clausura. Really became strong defensively under Diego Coca. Didn't score many goals, but conceded fewer.
You see how compact they are when they lose the ball. They initially try to press, especially here on the turf, and as soon as they don't, if they don't win the ball, they drop in, and they're so compact between their lines.
One ball, half-hearted appeals for a handball. A couple of players that were in close proximity felt that might have come up off the arm of Juan Cornejo. Match referee. Gracias Roma well positioned. His assistant on that side, Mario Jesus Lopez Carrillo. Might have been an offside flag that went up initially as well.
Would have been handball with the turf. Bouncing the ball was very awkward. It was offside.
Lopez with a nice bit of skill. Long ball, the header, and the goalkeeper looked like he was beaten as well. Boselli well positioned.
And that's what he does so well, Boselli, just off the shoulder of the center backs. You don't see him for a second, and the opportunity was there. He was just offside, but you'll see that throughout the match. Just coming off the shoulder of the center back, trying to find space. And here it is. He starts inside, and he just comes off the shoulder, and he looked close. It was close.
Replay, it looked like Velasquez might have been playing him onside and right down the opposite end, and the referee again in a good position here. Appeals once again from Xolos for a penalty. And it looks like it might have been given.
Who's going to take it? There's two balls. There it is. The ball gets played in, and
a little bit of contact from behind, wasn't there?
Hugo Torres makes a great run, and he seems like he just gets clipped by Mosquera.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to get rid of one of the balls, and then they'll have to decide.
I mean, Torres made a terrific run, and he does get clipped just enough for the penalty.
Mosquera is still arguing his case. It was a lightning quick counter-attack. We're still watching the chance at the other end. How quickly a game can change. Miller Bolaños steps up from the penalty spot. Bolaños looking for his first goal of the Apertura. Up against Rodolfo Cota. What a start this could be for Xolos. Bolaños, and it's saved from the goalkeeper. A weak penalty. And he corrals it in at the second attempt.
And Cota shows his experience, stays up. And it was a terrible penalty. He didn't hit it hard enough, Bolaños, but what a save by Cota. Keeps his team in the game.
Chavez coming forward again for Xolos. They've had the better of things so far. And this man's been heavily involved. He goes down. They wanted a free kick, and well, perhaps after winning the penalty, the ref less inclined to give another decision. Leon going the opposite way. Both sides looking open defensively. Long range hit, well blocked. Velasquez coming out and making the defensive play.
And here's the penalty again. Bolaños doesn't seem confident, doesn't hit really well at all. Side foots it at just to the left of the keeper. Nothing there for Cota. Made it look easy.
Absolutely no disguise whatsoever on it. Xolos looking to break. Well, what a let-off that was for Leon. Chance at one end from Boselli. A header that went just wide, and the penalty miss. All happening inside the first 15 minutes here at Estadio Caliente.
I'm sure Torres is disappointed. He wanted to take that penalty as well. But it gives momentum to Leon. Give him a little boost.
From what you've seen from Leon, you mentioned the schedule, how tough it's been. Are they a side that you'd still expect to be in that playoff mix from the end of the Apertura?
I don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough. Boselli's good up front. He can score goals. But the midfield's not as strong. And I think even today, you'll see defensively, they're just not good enough.
Bit of space going forward here. Long range hit, and that one goes a couple of yards wide. It was close enough to see Lahoud make the dive to his right-hand side. Lionel Lopez. There we're going to see him.
Mosquera just catches him. It was a terrific run by Torres. And I know they're complaining it seems soft, but it was a penalty. But that is a terrible penalty by Bolaños. Made it easy for Cota.
The goalkeeper was already going that side as well. He's done his homework on the penalties of Miller Bolaños. I don't think he'll be on the next one.
We'll see with the response of Bolaños. Usually you go in, you miss a penalty, your confidence may be down. He did start the match very bright, coming inside, creating chances. We'll see his response.
Trying to go forward centrally and in the over endeavour to win possession back. They've given away the free kick. flick forward, only as far as Julian Velasquez, former Cruz Azul man. This Xolos team have lost a couple of key pieces from last campaign as well. Gustavo Bu has gone on one, Turbe no longer here, and Pablo Aguilar moving on to Cruz Azul. The key pieces. The question is who can pick up the slack. Trying to get back in defensively here. Good play on that right-hand side from Leon, and still might fall. Xolos with 5 defenders, all surrounding each other. Somehow they get it clear.
Valenzuela, terrific defending to end it in the box. A terrible giveaway by Rodriguez to start it all. But Valenzuela does really well.
Samantha was the man who made the good run on that far side. It's been probably the biggest threat for Leon coming forward so far.
Is again, great ball in and a terrific run by Serrato. But Valenzuela stays up strong, stands him up and defends really well. And you see the Xolos defense all coming in, defending as a unit. Both sides a bit sloppy. The turf, it's always difficult to play a pretty match on the turf. The ball's bobbly, it's bouncing around. The physical battle is key today.
Chavez has been very physical in the middle of midfield so far. Nice ball out wide from him. But Omar Mendoza, and that pretty much sums up some of the attacking play that we've seen so far. You mentioned the turf again, though. Is it, for Leon, is it a case of training on turf in midweek to get yourself ready for the game? Or?
And it's so different for Xolos. They're playing on it every day, so they have a huge advantage. One day is not going to do it. To get used to the bounce, to get used to the bobbles. The key is the physical battle. You have to win second balls. You have to be physical to establish possession. That's the #1, and then playing comes next.
Velasquez for Mendoza. Couldn't get his cross beyond the first midfielder there as Mejia gets in the way of that one. Another cross centrally and a little flick header. 2 awaiting. That one might have been better served to go all the way through for Bolaños. Instead it was Cubo Torres who just got a touch on it.
That was a great position. It was a good ball in. Torres will be disappointed not to get a hold of it. Even Bolaños got caught off guard at the far post. Almost had a real opportunity.
Rodolfo Cota on the goal kick. Look at Andres Mosquera, the man who gave away that penalty kick. He would have been the happiest man when he saw his goalkeeper make the save. You get the sense from those first few games for Leon that they've been waiting for a slice of luck, or something to go their way. The biggest squad by any stretch of the imagination. There's some rather strange signings last season. Landon Donovan, Charles Barnes, not players that really made an impact.
They're definitely interesting signings. They didn't really get opportunities to play. Didn't really work out for them in the end.
Diaz watching on. Team creating that one big chance through Baselli as we see some of the other scores from around Liga MX. With a big 3-0 win over Atlas.
You see Bolaños is really tucked inside now, playing right underneath the strikers. Started off wide on the left and coming inside.
Very high, really starved of any kind of service so far. Flicking behind here from the big striker. He's the player they can play through. He's very efficient in aerial battles. Another chance to break down this right-hand side for Leon. Lopez inside, and did that come off the arm? The referee, who's been very animated with every decision he's had to make so far.
Leon, after the penalty, they built some momentum. They had a few chances. Here's another one. It's excellent defending in the end, but it could easily be a handball. Ribeiro just slides in late and catches him in the hand.
And you can understand the argument from Luis Montes because the arm is so far away from the body, but almost the opposite ends of the spectrum from all referees in terms of making that decision. You'd be a referee. Not you, right?
I'd be letting everything go. It's a strong challenge. Torres. That's what it's like on the turf. The ball's bouncing around everywhere. You need to win those battles. You need to win possession of the ball.
You can almost sense this Leon side missing that creativity that Elias Hernandez brought to the team. Not someone they wanted to lose.
Especially for Boselli. He was such a creator of so many goals for Boselli up front. He really needs service. He needs balls in the box.
Look at Diego Coca watching on. Disappointed his side have missed that gilt-edged chance to go in front from the penalty spot. Here they look to come forward again. Velasquez and, quite frankly, both sides struggling to maintain possession.
Sloppy. Xolos trying to build out of the back in their own box. Just sloppy in possession.
Was trying to pull that ball back towards Serrato, who'd moved to the left-hand side, but Xolos will have possession back. Just the three sides with a 100% record so far in the Torneo Apertura. Pumas, Cruz Azul and Monterrey. America, Tigres, Santos all with a couple of victories. Xolos can join them today. They can pick up a victory again at home. Get the sense for Xolos if they are going to have success, it's going to be based on their form here at Estadio Caliente. They lose possession centrally again. Boselli coming wide on this right-hand side, looking for help. Boselli with a little chip, and the goalkeeper going back, and he has to knock it over the crossbar. Not quite sure that's what Boselli had intended, but it almost worked out for the striker.
Yeah, it was looking like a cross to the far post. He mishits it, but Lahoud makes a terrific acrobatic save. But again, Bolaño sloppy in midfield for Xolos, loses the ball. And here's the opportunity, a good ball and a good run by Boselli. He's looking across, and he doesn't hit it well, but this is going in the far corner. What a save by Lahoud. Uses his feet well, great leap, and a terrific save.
He had to change his direction quickly, didn't he? He was expecting the cross to come out, not only to get there, but to make sure there's no rebound. It was Gonzalez getting ready to pounce if there was. Corner kick taken quickly. All out to the edge area. Not a bad hit. That one goes just wide. Lahoud was scrambling across.
See, the momentum swing has really shifted since that penalty. We've said it before, but it's continuing. Xolos really sloppy in midfield, giving away passes that lead to chances for Leon.
Gustavo Diaz watching on, and he almost saw a screamer from Miguel Angel Herrera.
Terrific technique, very difficult. Keeps it down, which is the hardest thing to do. Just goes wide.
Actually, Lionel Lopez, and what a goal that would have been. Rodriguez looking for it centrally. Seen less of the ball centrally today so far, the Uruguayan. Better stuff from Xolos down the right-hand side. Hugo Torres. Chance to cross, two inside the area, and Cota does very well coming off his line. Looked a lot more comfortable than he did in the first couple of minutes there, Rodolfo Cota.
Yes, experienced veteran goalkeeper.
A chance to cross. It's been an issue for both sides, that final ball.
We haven't seen much of Lucero, who's been such a key part of this Xolos team. Can't seem to get on the ball, usually in the channels. He's very active. Haven't seen much of him today.
That man, Luis Chavez. It's a top-off kind of evening in Tijuana tonight, Jovan.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For some of the fans.
Warm. Very warm.
Incredible rise over the last decade or so for Xolos, a side that not only getting themselves to Liga MX, but lifting a title as well so quickly.
It's a fantastic venue. Fan support is amazing. They've done a really good job. Supporters there, Xolos, the club. It's a really difficult place to play.
And not just inside the stadium, outside the stadium as well. A real build-up to the games as well. They have leveled out in terms of success over the last couple of seasons. Looking to get back on track. Played inside. Hugo Torres, the cross in, and again Kota. Quick off his line, and good handling from the goalkeeper.
Final ball isn't there, but the idea is there. Get it wide, get the surface in the box. You have two center forwards. Be direct. With Lucero and Torres, you're always a threat.
Given away cheaply again. Another chance to go forward for Sarato. This time possession just maintained through Lopez. And not much of a gap for Leon to go forward. You mentioned how narrow Xolos can get. We've seen it again here defensively. Bolaños back, tracking back in.
Leon now finally establishing a little possession, keeping the ball, holding some possession.
Lopez looking for more options in possession. Good movement off the ball there, and then Lopez bounds it by giving possession away. He has it back quickly. Well played, and a chance to go to goal from distance for Walter Gonzalez. Now we're coming off the head of the defender.
And plenty of space. He found a gap, huge gap in between the midfield.
Good break forward this time from Cornejo. The cross comes in. Little flick towards that near post. Not a bad effort at all from Luis Montes. He's trying to wrong foot Lahu, but the goalkeeper read his intentions very well.
In a few moments, Cornejo was able to get down that left side from his fullback position. And a clever little idea from Montes, just to get a little touch. Doesn't hit it well. It comes off his standing foot to clip it over. I see the idea. I wanted to hit it far post.
You think he meant that one for the near post?
He meant it for the far post, but his right foot got in the way.
He would have taken it if it went in either way, that's for sure. Luis Fuentes, a couple of good runs going forward early on, but since then he hasn't really been in the attack as Diego Coca looks to rally his troops. Taken by Herrera. The free kick is going to be won here by Leon. Moselli, one chance aside, has been pretty well marshaled by Xolos' defensive unit.
Velasquez has been hard, you see there, coming in through him from behind, but against Moselli, you have to make sure your presence is known, and he's doing that.
And the loss of Pablo Aguilar. I wondered if they would be as strong defensively. So far, so good here today. Bolaños denying the chance to go forward. Mentioned Leon as a team that you don't really see having that depth. Xolos, with how good they've been at home over the last couple of seasons, another side that can go into the playoffs or have designs on making it to the playoffs.
Especially when you have such a good defense. They've done so well at home, and on the road they defend so well.
Open up just a little bit here. Montes with the effort. That one going a couple of yards wide. He was closed down quickly. Actually took a deflection off a defender. Luis Montes coming to life over the last couple of minutes.
He's finding some gaps in between the lines there, Montes. Here it is. A good ball comes in, but the run is terrific. Good touch. He really couldn't get to it. He stumbled a bit.
Montes 6 assists in last season's Apertura. Left-footed delivery on the set piece. That goes over just about everybody. And then the long-range hit. That one blasted well over. The thumbs up for the ball to Juan Cornejo, but not the finish he desired.
Again, what you were speaking about earlier about Xolos and the title. When you have a defense as good as they do, you're always going to be in it. Especially at home, they have a huge advantage. And defensively, they're very good. They don't let many goals in, so they're always in it, especially in this short season.
Diego Coca came in and replaced Eduardo Corén. It was almost instantly they became a stronger defensive unit. Certainly won't allow them to go into the playoffs. Liguilla semi-finalists. The Clausura. Chip in behind, looking for Bolaños. That one's easy for Cota. Very little of Lucero in the attack so far. Well, looking for Lucero, and you can see he'd started in the offside position and tried to work his way back, but quite rightly lifting the flag. Independiente man leading the attack alongside Cubo Torres.
Just can't seem to find some space to get a hold of the ball. Has had few touches.
Just on Cubo Torres, Jovan, he's a forward that's bounced around. Why is it that he can't seem to find a home of that consistency over the course of 2-3 seasons? We've seen flashes of goal-scoring ability, but not over long spells.
Scores goals. He's inconsistent. I think that's the main thing. He's been inconsistent, but he's shown over the years he can score goals. He needs a home. He needs a coach who believes in him and is willing to give him a run. Because he's shown with confidence he can score goals. He's had a good game. His opening game at Xolos. We'll see if that can continue.
Touch back from Cubo Torres. The cross in, looking towards Lucero, but doesn't quite get that far. Selly coming back in, trying to win it back, but it's fallen to Fuentes. Bolaños, Chavez. Bolaños looking for Omar Mendoza. Diego Rodriguez inside instead. He's going to go all the way back to Leon Velasquez. Well read centrally. Excellent challenge from Alex Mejia. And Leon Avera won the free kick again.
Sloppy, Xolos sloppy in possession. When they lose the ball, that's when their own becomes really dangerous. I'm sure Coco's not going to be too happy at halftime. There's a tackle from behind, definitely a foul.
Too many complaints after a challenge like that, can you? From behind, from the side, no contact with the ball. One of the match referee's easier decisions today. It's a better spell for Leon. Nice ball in behind, or attempted ball in behind, but once again, those defensive numbers in those central areas, very good for Xolos. And again, they win it back. Good challenge from Velasquez. Bolaños gives it right back. Salato, good run from him.
Again, Bolaños just sloppy in a very dangerous area.
Not the first time he's given the ball away like that either. Cubo Torres. Play from Torres. Rivero looking for support. Eventually arrives from Omar Mendoza.
Get the ball forward. Torres does well. Hold the ball up to allow players to come in and establish some possession.
A bit of frustration from the midfielders here for Xolos, wanting more movement from the front group. And just crowded out there. It was Luis Chavez, the man who was showing that frustration. Loses possession.
Xolos trying to press. When they lose the ball, they try to press quickly. But in possession, they've had nothing down this left side. Bolaños coming inside, so there's nothing really wide to switch the play.
Said he was frustrated. He's now picked up a yellow card, Chavez, and that one is a rash challenge.
Definitely a yellow card. Just that's the frustration of the first half for Xolos. Chavez goes in and he has no chance. Goes right through him.
And the look back as well says it all. What on earth were you thinking? Influential early on, Luis Chavez, but not getting as much of the ball as he would like over the last quarter of an hour. Montes, he's been more lively. Once again, he's met by the man mountain, that is Julian Velasquez. Maxi Serrato. That one, very good run in behind early on. This time he tries to play it into the space. Well won. Lopez with the cross towards the far post. Baselli ready to pounce, and it was good defending again. First real opening for Leon, getting into a good crossing position. Baselli had gone to the far post.
Lopez does really well with his body in that initial play down that right side. Used his body well to get the cross off. Ooh.
And amazingly, a second yellow card. Well, what a couple of minutes for Luis Chavez, and how that changes things. Silly yellow card, he's picked up another, and the frustration for Diego Coca is sided down to 10 men.
They've had a frustrating first half, and Chavez, he knows he has a yellow. He just did it 2 minutes ago, and he stomps on him now. You see the challenge. A reckless challenge, a silly challenge, a definite second yellow for sure.
And the
and
second
it goes
leg
right
coming
through him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Chavez is thinking there. He had a yellow 2 minutes before. Just a terrible decision by Chavez. Puts his team in a really tough position now for the second half.
Well, he's a young midfielder. Maybe just a little bit overzealous in terms of the frustration from not being in possession, from not being able to create, and now he's put his team in a very difficult position.
He'll be disappointed. Coco will be so disappointing. He's a good player, great left foot, but mentally he just lost it. He had a 5-minute spell where 2 yellow cards were terrible yellow cards. Terrible challenges.
As well, yep. Maxi Sorato was actually going away from the goal when he was challenged there as well. A game that was delicately poised at 0-0. Now you might have to say advantage Leon.
Dangerous area for a free kick as well. They'll try to swing this in towards the goalkeeper. That's where Boselli's ever so dangerous.
Doesn't help when it's a long walk back to the dressing room as well, does it? We're going to see a change as well. Interesting. I wondered if they played 2 up front today. They came out that way, but that'll be a regroup for Xolos, who, despite being down a man, we know they can sit back, we know they can soak up pressure.
Most likely it'll be a forward, whether it's Bolaños or Torres or Lucero, to put another midfielder up in the central area, especially in this turf. You need a ball winner.
Sorato trying to run in behind, still Sorato, and he's found the bottom corner. The referee waving it off. The whistle had gone early, and you have to take a look back on that one because Sorato doesn't feel like the whistle should have gone in the first place.
Not sure what the call was there. So the shove in the back. Here it is, the ball gets forward. He puts his hand up, but nothing much in it really. Questionable call there. He puts his hand up on his shoulder. I could see the referee how he could give it. Sorato finishes it well. But I think the Xolos were fortunate there.
Yeah, safe to say Fuentes went down rather easily with that push. But again, when you make that challenge from that position, well, that would have just compounded the issues for Xolos going in at half-time.
Another good challenge.
Rivero, who's gone a little bit more central now to just cover. Bolaños has gone out to the right-hand side. Looks like he'll be a lone front man in Juan Martin Lucero. Ball goes all the way through for Lahoud. Do you expect to see a change? Do you expect Coca to go with the same personnel?
Again earlier, yes, he puts his hand on his shoulder. You have to give it in that situation, and Fuentes does well to make the most of it. But I think definitely Coca has to make a change. He has to put somebody in midfield. Maybe take out a center forward, make him take out Bolaños.
The other issue is that Chavez was probably the most influential midfielder in those central positions early on alongside Diego Rodriguez. Rodriguez finding Fuentes. Torres has gone a lot narrower in the attack. And a mishap at the back. Boselli looking to take advantage. And it was Valenzuela who fell. Velasquez was in position to cover for his central defensive partner. He gives him the high five, but that could have been a catastrophe at the back for Xolos.
Man, everything seems to be going wrong for Xolos. Valenzuela goes down, stumbles on the turf, but Velasquez does well, covers for his defensive partner.
No means a classic at the Estadio Caliente in the first 45 minutes from either team.
Both teams just very sloppy in possession. The final ball is just not there. The missed penalty doesn't help Bolaños' confidence for him down. There have been a few chances for Leon. Velasquez just gets eaten up by the turf monster there and goes down.
Well, they've never been able to find that turf monster, have they? Claimed a few victims in its time. Julian Velasquez. Long ball forward, a little flick. Bolaños. And again, the referee's whistle has gone against Xolos. And again, the frustration almost boiling over. Switch out onto this right-hand side for Maxi Sarato again. You know he has pace. Not afraid to take on Fuentes, and this time he gets to bring the ball with him.
He's running at him, everything's so sloppy. The turf is really causing problems.
Torres, strong challenge from behind from Herrera.
Boca's looking for that yellow card as well.
He's got it. Miguel Angel Herrera. The first Leon player to go in the referee's notebook. You know, these two teams don't like each other. It's been said. They try and label it as a Classico.
It is a late challenge. It comes in from behind. It's going to be, it's an obvious yellow card. Hits him right in the back of the leg, back of the calf. There's Coca. He's right with that one.
Miguel Angel Herrera, long-time Pachuca man, Mexican international, and he's a no-holds-barred defender when he wants to be. Well, one coach talks to the referee, the other's going to have a word as well, isn't he? This time with the fourth official, Gustavo Diaz. And that will be the final action of the first 45. It's the big talking points about the penalty miss and then the red card for Luis Chavez. And that means at half-time it is Xolos 0, Leon 0. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back with all the first half highlights.
Today we're opening more than 150,000 locations called Domino's Hotspots. Like beaches, roadside attractions, and dog parks. And you can finally have Domino's delivered to every single one of them. No address, no problem. Find a Domino's hotspot near you. Excuse me. You get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
Get the pizza you love delivered to a Domino's hotspot near you, or any of the other outdoor locations now open for Domino's delivery.
Best Western rewards you in a flash with a $20 Best Western gift card after your first stay. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Lady Jennifer, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly Dilly. Excalibur.
I spent the last 4 years pulling this out of the stone.
I thought that was a legend.
Sir Doug.
Bud Light Lime.
And Bud Light Orange. These are very rare.
Dilly Dilly.
Dilly Dilly.
Oh, here, let me just move this.
Bit of misery, Dilly Dilly.
Bud Light Lime and Bud Light Orange, brewed with real citrus peels.
4 hours into our road trip, our overpriced family plan ran out of data.
I never get the phone.
Well, with Boost, you get a great price on a family plan with unlimited gigs.
Plus free phones.
Silence. I think you're ready for a switch.
Switch to Boost Best Family Plan and get 4 lines for only $100 with unlimited gigs on every line. And 4 free LG Stylo 3 phones when you switch. All on Boost super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Oh, man, could this day get any better?
Dr. Pepper Cherry a cherry treat.
Thank you, Tiny Wagon.
You're welcome. That's right, I talk. Deal with it. Dr. Pepper Cherry. Cherry on.
If you've been injured in an accident, choosing the right law firm is critical. Choose a law firm with the experience and success
to help you get the best result possible. Injured? Call the Barnes firm now.
Call 1-800-800-0000. The attorneys at the Barnes firm are ready to help 24/7.
The Barnes Firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8-million.
Don't you like this? It's so hard to believe, but it's all coming back to me.
All you can eat is back, baby. Applebee's.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
In college football, you don't have the luxury of looking ahead. Don't think about January when there's a Wolverine coming for your face in September. The biggest game, the only game, is the one you're playing.
Let's take a look back at the first half highlights from the Estadio Caliente. Elion Bolaños playing a very good ball through. Rivero, wrong foot in Cota, and he just couldn't get that second touch on target.
And his initial touch was excellent in his chest, and he's so disappointed because that should have been a goal.
14th minute, the ball comes across, and Mosquera with the challenge, and the penalty is given. Mosquera cannot believe it.
Showed frustration, but it definitely was a penalty. And Bolaños, no confidence at all in his shot. Terrible penalty, and it showed throughout the match. He just went down throughout the match.
Cota as easy a save as it comes, and then coming forward the opposite way. Ball played out wide. It was a lovely delivery out for Sorato, and then Boselli looking for the cross and almost wrong-footing the goalkeeper at the far post.
And Lahoud made a acrobatic save that was fantastic. That was going in that top corner. Boselli didn't mean it, but what a save by Lahoud.
And this is possibly the biggest moment of the first 45 minutes because Luis Chavez, in quick succession as well, first yellow card, yes, couple of minutes later, second rash challenge, he's off, Xolos down to 10 men.
And you have to think what was going through his head 2 minutes before. A terrible challenge, and to do that so quick, terrible decision.
And the stats, you can see the shots heavily in favor of the away team, but just 3 shots on goal mustered between both sides so far. Leon will be hoping to take advantage of that extra man in the second half and create even more and pick up their first points at that Apertura. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back with more from the Estadio Caliente.
Like leather, skin is stronger when it's hydrated, but 9 out of 10 men don't get the hydration their skin needs. That's why Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash has a unique hydrating formula to keep men's skin healthier and stronger.
Could this party get any better?
Dr. Pepper Cherry on, a cherry treat.
What? I'm a horse. I like carrots.
This party did get better.
Dr. Pepper Cherry, cherry on!
Kevin here says Mobile One annual protection is proven to protect for 20,000 miles.
It'll save you a lot of time. Dad, with all this extra time...
Sorry, buddy. Kevin and I have a tea time at 11.
20,000 miles guaranteed. Mobile One annual protection.
Let's do this. We're gonna be late. We're gonna be late.
Hold on. Don't worry. There's another way. Directions to the Greek Theater.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell.
The ads are everywhere.
With Mexican spices and warm nacho cheese sauce. One thing's for sure.
The future is nacho fries.
Nacho fries are back, now serving at Taco Bell.
How does Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense go beyond sweat protection?
Clean.
Doesn't stain my clothes.
I don't get the underarm pit stains.
We couldn't have said it better ourselves. Try Dove Men Plus Care Stain Defense for anti-stain and anti-mark protection.
Now, more than ever, we viewers need someone we can depend on.
Nobody cares for the animals like he does.
That's why Dr. Pol is our choice for America's vet. Vote for the incredible Dr. Pol. New episodes Saturdays at 9 on Nat Geo Wild.
What is certainty? Certainty is 4imprint, a caring, trusted team ensuring your promotional products are perfect, with the promise of your satisfaction guaranteed. So what does certainty bring? A smile when expectations are exceeded, a buzz of excitement, and one quiet word no one will ever hear. Yes! Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
How we see